Hey there, FlossTube. This is Cathy, the hands-on designer. And you might notice I'm in a very different location today. So I am here at my local needle workshop in Beresford, South Dakota. It's called Shanty Stitcher. And I'm here with my friend Ginny, who is the owner and proprietress of Shanty Stitchers. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up today and coming in today.
Yeah, it's about an hour. I'm in Sioux City, so it takes us about an hour to get up here. We always say you can go 80 miles an hour.
In South Dakota, you can.
In South Dakota,
just not through the dunes.
You're right. So it's a pretty quick drive. But I am here today because I am so proud of you, because she is celebrating at the Shanty Stitcher all month long because it is your 40th anniversary.
Yes, it is.
That is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah. I'm surprised that we are here, but it's been a good ride.
Good.
It doesn't seem like 40 years, and I was just a baby. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, you opened the shop when you were 10.
I know.
So, but I just thought we were actually at a kind of a little Sioux City retreat a couple weeks ago, one of our annual retreats, and we were talking about your anniversary, and I thought, I need to share this good news with my Stitchers and YouTube followers and whatnot. But I have a couple questions. I get to play interviewer today. So I don't have a microphone.
I think we'll handle it.
So give us a little bit of background, kind of, how it all began, like where you started, and kind of maybe the timeline of, I know you opened in
the basement of
Yep.
us. So I went to Greeley, Colorado and took my folks out there. And my sister-in-law and I drove all over Greeley trying to find this little shop.
Sure.
And it was the Country Sampler at the time.
Okay.
And it was in the basement of a mom's house, and the mom and the daughter were running it.
Oh, okay.
And so we shopped, and I was like, oh, this is super cute. And I got the idea, driving the 12 hours back home, that I think we need to do this, because I had been stitching, and I lived on a farm by Vollen and had nowhere to get supplies. There was no internet. The only mail order maybe was a Hirschner's catalog.
Oh, sure.
Or Yarn Tree, not Yarn Tree, Nordic Needle at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to my mother-in-law, and I said, guess what? Let's start a shop. And because they were located just off of a highway, where I was totally on a gravel road, and people that aren't from the farm, they don't know how to drive on gravel. So we put it in the basement of her home, and we started in this small little 10 by 10 area, just very small. And we eventually expanded to be the whole length of the basement. And we just kept on adding books and floss, and we started ordering from Witchel's, which is still in business.
Okay.
We ordered our hardanger supplies from Nordic Needle and Norse Ingrows.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
And Norse Ingrows was in Decorah, Iowa. And we also ordered from Yarn Tree.
Sure.
And then eventually I got hooked up with Hoffman's and we did leisure arts a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay.
We had a lot of leisure arts pamphlets, and at the time you bought a book for $5 and you got 7 patterns or 6 patterns or whatever.
Sure.
And then slowly that changed. I remember Al Bjornson. He was from Witchel's Imports, and he was a salesman that would come around. And he came in.
We've talked about that.
Yes.
He was and it's funny because as I hear you talking about this, I mean, I knew most of this, but you and I kind of traveled a very similar path when I first opened my shop too, because I did really a lot of the same things. And we both had Al Bjornson.
Yep. And and I remember the first time that he came in with colored Ada. He was like, oh, girls, do I have a treat for you? And and then he laid out this beautiful, all we had before that was cream and white.
Yep.
And maybe a little black.
Or oatmeal.
Yeah. It was real bland colors. And he was just so proud that he could show this off. And that was kind of the beginning of our fabric odyssey.
Sure.
That has evolved and evolved and evolved. And then Nordic Needle they used to call us on Tuesdays.
Okay.
You know, that was way before the internet. So Susan was our Nordic needle rep, and she'd call and say, "Oh, I think this is going to fit in your store." And so
funny.
anyway, that was, and then my mother-in-law and father-in-law decided that they wanted to retire farming. And
So how long did you have the shop
from
in?
1986 until 2010.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we were in the basement a long time.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Jeff and I had, my husband, Jeff, and I had moved here to Beresford. And so I was still driving over to the shop on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the first Saturday of the month is when we were open.
Because you were working.
I was a teacher and working in the school system, and my mother-in-law was hauling mail. So we would open the store, and then Bud every once in a while, which is my father-in-law, he would kind of man the store every once in a while.
Sure.
And but I have to tell some great stories because we would frame and mat for people. LaDonna Niffen was the first person that I framed for, and she had done an Emmy Bishop, and she had taken it to, and this was in the 80s. She had taken it to Sioux Falls. She was a young mama, and they had a young family. And this, to frame this piece, was going to be like $400.
Sure.
And she came into the store crying, "I want this framed. I want it to look just like this. And can you help me?" And she said, "I can't afford $400 for this framing." And so she was the first person, and she's very pleased. And I did contact her, but she happens to be in Arizona wintering. How dare she? And so anyway, and then Dana Hoxing was our very first customer. In 1985, December, it was blizzarding in South Dakota, and it was right before Christmas. We had all the floss. We hadn't opened yet, of course, but she needed one skein, and she couldn't get to Yankton to get the skein of floss. So
Oh, my goodness.
she sent her husband over in a blizzard, and we handed the floss to him, and away she went. So I contacted her. I said, "Dana, do you know what you were working on?" She said, "Jenny, I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, let alone, what I was stitching on." But, so those are some, funny stories, but we would frame for people.
Sure.
And maybe we weren't home because Jeannie was working or I was going to school or at school. And we would leave the packages upstairs. They would just open the farm door, grab their packages, leave the check on the counter, and the way they went.
Oh, my goodness.
One day, 3 or 4 ladies came up from Nebraska, and they didn't realize that we weren't open. And Bud said, "Oh, just go in. I'll turn the lights on for you, and you just shop." And so they wrote all the things down on their ticket book, what they got, and they left blank checks on the counter that they had signed their name to. And then yeah, this truly happened. And then we filled them in, and away, they got their product, and we signed the check, and we called them up. Okay, it was this much.
Okay.
And so they knew what their check was. But I had, I have the best customers. Crafters at least in the Midwest, are very honest. In all the years, I have never once had a bounce check.
We were talking about that not too long ago, Bill and I were, and I think I've been in the industry 27 years. Just one. Just one.
Yeah, I had one lady, she was ill, and her husband had closed the account. She had a brain tumor. It was kind of a sad case. And she came out one afternoon, she just looked. She just enjoyed leafing through the product. She couldn't stitch anymore. And she just couldn't resist. She wrote a check, not realizing her husband had closed the account.
Oh, sure.
And he called us, and we just, we had one too. I mean, we just didn't even send it through.
Yeah.
She just took the product, and just because she had been a stitcher, and she just enjoyed. Yeah.
So then you said 2010?
2010. In 2007, we bought the building that we're currently in. It had always been Max Cafe in town. Everybody knew it as Max Cafe. And so we bought the building in 2007, and we started fixing it up. So the floor that's here, they told us it was oak. It wasn't. We tore it out of a building across the street. It used to be a bowling alley, and so it's bird's eye maple.
That's what this is?
This floor
This does look like bowling alley floor.
Yep, it is bowling alley floor. And it was a dirty job getting that out of there. We did that on a Labor Day weekend, and they had glued carpet on it. So Jeff bought a planer and he planed it all down, and then he laid the flooring. And then the tin ceiling in this building, and the building was built in the late 1800s. Like I think the cornerstone is 1889.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so it's an old building. But the tin ceiling is original, except they'd had a fire and they let the inside rows water sit up there.
Okay, I'm going to take the camera really quickly and go see if I can do this without making everybody dizzy. Like that's what the floor looks like. Does that not look like a bowling alley floor? And then above us, up to the tin ceiling.
It's the tin ceiling. So
oh my gosh, so cool.
Crown molding and is original. And I was in an antique store in Sioux Center, Iowa, and I looked down through a crack in the floor. That tells you how good that building was. I looked down the crack in the floor. Ooh, there's tin down there. And so we were able to replace the inside rows.
Wow.
And the local Ace Hardware helped us match the paint. So that's the original paint color from I don't know when.
Wow.
Because they had a drop ceiling in here when we bought the building. So we moved in and opened in the summer of 2009 in this building.
Okay.
And so from there we have ran. In 2014, I added quilt fabric.
Okay.
And
And that's, I was going to say, she is a full line cross stitch shop, carries all the newest designs. You've got quite a bit of maybe
wool applique, hand embroidery, hardanger, if you're familiar with that. That's a Norwegian art. And we have all the finishings for the cross stitch.
So it's great. So if you're a cross stitcher and a quilter, which many of us are, this is just really kind of a one-stop shop. Or if you're like I often come up and I'm getting fabric for finishing. A lot of times, like if I'm working on a class project and I'll be like, okay, I'll call her up and go, you got enough in this color? Like I need 10 to 15 yards of it. You know? And I'll tell you, I don't know. You just tend to carry what I like. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I know I'm always going to find something that I need or want or
could
like
work with
here.
your color scheme.
Exactly. So you've got the quilting, which is good for both quilters and cross stitchers. And you've got, I'm looking over here at the whole wall of the linen, do all the hand dyed, all the, hand dyed Ada, hand dyed linen, all the just regular colors. Let's see, gentle art, Weeks dye work, Classic color works.
Color and cotton, the ones I can have. And then I just laid in Pirate and Robin threads.
Oh, okay. All right. You'll have to show that to me.
I
I
will.
haven't seen it yet.
Pirate and Robin. I don't have them all in the system yet because there's been a lot of stuff going on here lately. And it just seems like we're always, we have ABC to get done and we fall into XYZ and that gets done instead. So, but yeah, I have those over on, I like to call that my thread wall. And so we try to offer, we have Caron colors, we have silks.
Oh, wow. Yep.
We have some not all the needlepoint silks, but we have needlepoint silks, we have the Beresford, and we have sulkies.
And then you've got a lot of the number 5 pearl cottons.
And Valdani.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
So really, I mean, I always say like people, like if you're ever just going through South Dakota, I know because everybody just drives through South Dakota every day.
We're a fly
but but if you're ever say traveling to Sioux Falls, I'm trying to think, or Mitchell, a lot of people go there for the Corn Palace, or we're in Sioux City, and so it really is worth the drive.
And we're just not even quite a mile from the interstate. Interstate 29 runs right north and south here, and that's how we would get down to Cathy's in Sioux City to hands-on. And but like you said, if they're trying to get to 90 to get to the Black Hills, you're coming from the south, you just go right by us.
Yep. So
and we're just a mile off the road. So we've had some it's been a good run. I can't believe that it's been 40 years.
You've had some funny stories from your firsts when you was in the house. Anything from here when you came here?
Oh God,
probably more than you care to. Okay, anything this is a PG channel.
Yeah. Oh, funny stories from in here. I've had some interesting stories in here. I always say I have Charlie the Ghost because I think so one thing, when we were redoing this building, my husband had good input. I wanted to stain the floor. He said, no, we need to leave it plain. He was right. I was wrong. And then
Jeff, that's on camera now.
I know. And then these ceiling fans. I wanted ceiling fans, and he had went to a garage sale and bought that lamp way over there with all the bulbs for $1. And he brought it home proud as a peacock, and it was ugly as sin. And because it was brassy and shiny, and I was like, I'll spray paint it. So he did, and it worked great. I paid $450 for the ceiling fans, not a piece, but all together. And I have one ceiling fan left. They all just slowly died, and his dollar light is still functioning. And this December, we closed for a month. I needed to rejuvenate here. After 40 years, kind of need a facelift. And so, yeah, we closed for the month of December, kind of, sort of. I was still really busy.
I was going to say, does one ever really close?
No, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work as good in real life as it did in my head. But, and which is good. I was busy, so I can't complain because I did have sales in December. But we moved our counter from underneath that dollar light to the front. We put a stitching table in so that
which is where we're sitting now.
Yeah.
And great lighting, nice natural lighting in front of a big window.
And we put lots of new lights in. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
My vision in this store was to be a mercantile, a handwork mercantile.
Sure.
And it was dark in here. And you didn't, because I was in here all the time, you just didn't notice it. But we put these new lights in here on New Year's Eve day, and we're lucky that we are both here and not in a hospital because we were like hanging from the ceiling practically.
Oh my gosh.
With ladders.
They're high.
I didn't have to call the ambulance. Which was good.
And you're both still speaking to each other.
We are. Yeah. So anyway, I like the layout. It's still kind of a work in progress just because it's a busy store.
Sure. It is a busy store. And speaking of, so, since you're probably not necessarily driving through South Dakota, just off on a whim, I know one way for people to connect with you, you do something called Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah. On Thursdays, I try to do it at 5 o'clock, and that's Central Standard Time because that's our time zone that we're in. I try to go online and show new things, and I'm a little biased. I'm really quick to show the cross stitch, and I'm not as quick to show the quilting. I don't know. I need to do that more. Either that or I need to do a Wacky Wednesday and show the fabric because I try to keep it about 20 minutes, your audience. People are busy. And they don't want to spend 5 hours talking about the weather, and they want to see the new stuff. So we kind of chow through the new things. And market is coming up. So my Thirsty Thursday, and because market is coming up, we don't see as many new things. Designers are kind of holding back because they're busy getting all the goodies ready for us for market. And so I'm showing market things and taking pre-orders for market things. Like this week now, I just got my Lady of the Flag, all my patterns and my Queen of Freedom. So all except one is out the door. It came in yesterday, and everything is out the door. I still have some bead packs left of Queen of Freedom, and I still have bead packs left of Lady of the Flag. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the patterns left. I wasn't smart enough to say that I needed to keep some of those back, but they all sold, and that's good, and that's what you want. And they're all shipped.
Yay,
which is a good thing.
Well, and they have great customer service here, and I always tell people if it's not on your website, because you do have a website.
I do have a website, Shanty Stitchers.
Yep, and I'll link that below. And if it's not on your website, to
just call. Just call us. I'd prefer to have a call than messenger because
it's so easy to.
It comes there in too many ways. So I prefer just to have a little bit of a jingle call, and then I can physically talk to you. Like today, a lady, she had messaged me because she hadn't gotten her jingle ball, or she hadn't gotten her Lady of the Flag. She didn't realize it was a pre-order, and she was like, So anyway, she called. And we had the best conversation. She got married in Pierce, South Dakota. She knows some people in Yankton that I know. And I said, you just can't talk smack about nobody.
No.
Because somebody's going to find out.
These Iowa, South Dakota, it's a lot of really small communities. Everybody knows everybody.
They do. So anyway, she called and because she had ordered 2 of one bead pack, but not of the other bead pack. Oh. And I had just called her to make sure. I was like, okay, do you really want 2 bead packs or was that a boo-boo? And it was a boo-boo. So we fixed it and it was great.
And that's what I like about you is because you take care of your customers.
I try.
You know. So what else are you doing to celebrate your 40th this month?
Well,
you had an open house last Wednesday, which unfortunately I was not able to get to. It was in the evening and and I saw pictures of these awesome cakes that people, did they surprise you with them?
Well, or did you know we have a great little bakery down the street in an old train depot. And I just went to her and I said, make me a cake. Make me a sheet cake. And then I want another little cake that we can just cut into that night. Kind of like a little wedding topper cake, so to speak. And she came up with that idea.
Oh, they were adorable. I will go grab the pictures and I'll add them at the end of the video. Right. So watch to the end.
So we had a nice big sheet cake that we cut into that night. And reason we were open in the evening is because when we opened on a Tuesday night from 7 to 9. And so I was open all day Wednesday, and then from 7 to 9, we had a little glass of vino, and we had cake, and people shopped and reminisced. It was great because we
wine
had
and cake. I mean, you can't beat it.
I know, and the cake was really good.
It looked like it.
Yeah,
it looked like it.
Yeah, even though it looked pretty, and the frosting wasn't oversweet. So we had that, and for the rest of the month, I am offering in-store purchases 25% off.
So that means you have to wander through South Dakota. You have to come here.
Come here. And then you get registered for, I have 2 different containers over there. If you make a purchase, you get Cathy's design that she designed for us, and we'll show you that in a bit. But if you also get registered for a couple patterns that are out of print that I'm giving away.
Nice.
And then for the quilting people, I keep them separate. They're in 2 different containers. They have the opportunity to get a 10-pack of blades and Creative Grids blades that I love, and a fat quarter bundle. So I'm giving, and then for the rest of the month, it's 25% off. So it's been busy. It's been good.
I think I need to make some purchases today so I can get on that.
Yeah. So that night, if you came in and had a purchase that night, you got a pack of blades for the quilters and your pattern and some fabric. And so, everybody went away fat, happy, and sassy.
So can I say which one of the charts that you're doing the giveaway for? She's giving away a Lady of the Flag.
Yes, and I had planned that way before because I had spent some money to get it, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So the 25% is if you're here in store, and that's off everything.
Right.
Okay. And then you get a copy of the chart that I gave you, or that I designed for you. I called it Ruby because it's your 40th. That's the Ruby anniversary, and you can.
So here's the pattern that I came to Cathy and I said, I'm going to be celebrating 40. Will you do a design for me? And she graciously said yes. And I really appreciate her help with that because I'm not a designer. I would like to be, but I'm not. And so that's why we leave it to the experts. But yes, she came up with this beautiful pattern.
We'll cover up the chart. Here, we'll just show this, the pillow. So I finished mine as a pillow because we did talk about how to finish it, that kind of thing. So this is called Ruby, and it's got a fun little hoop in the middle. It's just 3 colors, and we did this in Sulky. You want to show those colors?
Here's the Sulky. Now, if you haven't used Sulky, this would be a great one to try it on because there's just 3 colors. And on 32 and 28, 14, 16, you just need one
strand. Yep.
One strand.
So I did 3 colors, and there's a hoop in the middle. And I knew I wanted to get work your 40 in there somehow, but I didn't want it to be 40.
In your face, 40.
So if you see, we've got a little bit like as if you're stitching an ABC and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.
Yeah.
So, and just, a fun little stitch. I, of course, finished mine as this pillow. But what else did you do?
Well, I have a friend, everybody has little cottage industries.
Absolutely.
And she did this frame for me. I specifically asked, because Cathy's, we kind of talked about the theme of the red thread and how that invisible red thread connects all of us stitching friends together. And so she came up with a frame for me. So I do have these available. And with this type of frame, you just finish it in the way you prefer by lacing, pinning, etc. And then this just pops and set in there. You could put a little piece of Velcro on there to pop in and out, have an interchangeable one. So there's 2 designs. They're both done on 32 count platinum. And then we also have platinum available in the 16 count. But 14 count would work. It just make it a little bit bigger.
Right.
I don't think 14 count is going to work.
Probably
It's
not.
going to be
It'll
a
be
little
little
bit
too tight.
Yep. For 14 count in there. But I have other types of frames or, beautiful pillow, flat fold. It would work great as a flat fold.
Okay,
too.
so Ginny's not a fan of pillows. So when I said, I said, I'll make the pillow. She goes, okay.
Well, I have I say pillow PTSD because I was a 4-H person.
Yep.
And I would take my pillows into the 4-H and those crabby judges would pinch the corners and tell me every time you need to stuff it more. You need to stuff it more.
By the wool.
And I wanted to tell them to stuff it. And now when I go judge
I don't
for
think you
4-H,
get a ribbon for that.
No, I wouldn't get a ribbon for that.
So BE, I know a bunch of you are probably going, man, we don't get to, because we don't live close by, whatever. So what Ginny is going to do, if you order from the website this month, this chart is free with purchase. And you did say you were going to make some, even if you wanted to do some
fabric bundles.
Now, this particular fabric, this came from my stash. So we figured, I think one of the fat quarters was marked $1.25 or something like that. It was
that had to be like 1920.
Yeah, it was. I know none of this fabric is around, but we kind of ran out of time to get
everything done.
To get it, for me to come up, for us to pick the right fabrics, for then you to kit it, da-da-da-da-da. So she picked out 3 fabrics that are some French General fabrics. These are not French General, but I think those go perfectly, beautifully with this. Yeah. If you want to do a little...
fabric bundle.
Yeah, something like that.
It's going to be called Ruby Fabric Bundle.
All right.
On the website. And then the sulkies are on the website. And but they could contact me and I can let them know which numbers that we used. And that's a great way to try the sulky threads because with sulky, if you haven't tried it, it's just one strand.
And even too, if you're like, I want to order something else just so I get the chart.
Just so you get the chart.
And it's only 3 colors. And if you're like, I like this, but I'm going to come up with my own colorways, it's only 3 colors. So it's a great way
you can go
to just,
online.
kind of practice your colorization.
There you go. Yep. Maybe you don't want ruby. Maybe you want blue or something. But yeah, ruby is the 40th. So is the color for the 40th anniversary. So
I have one last question for you. I kind of gave you a little hint that this one might be coming. Just to give you, I didn't want to put you on the spot. So Ginny today is talking to Ginny from 40 years ago when you opened the shop. Is there one piece of advice, and I mean, like cross-stitch related?
right. No.
What a piece of advice that you might give Ginny from 40 years ago to be like, it's going to be okay, or...
No, I guess the piece of advice is, stick to your dreams. I knew when I had the store in the basement that I always wanted to have a storefront. And I had a little resistance against that because we were farm people. Farm people think differently.
Yes, they do.
Everything's for the farm, not for outside interest. And so I just stuck to my dreams. And I found everything just worked out as it should be because, we got this building for a song.
Mm-hmm.
And
It is beautiful.
but Jeff did a lot of work in here. And just stick to your dreams and stay true to yourself and offer your customers more than what they expect.
I love that last piece of advice. And I'd have to say, I think that's what sets you apart for me personally, because I always have the utmost confidence when I talk to a stitcher and, when I say, call, just, if it's, like I said, if it's not on the website, just give them a call. Because I know you're going to give excellent customer service. And I think for me personally, part of your longevity, I think why, 40 years is because I've seen over the years your willingness to work and to grow and to expand and to try new things and to not be afraid to stick to your dreams, like you said.
Stick to my dreams, yeah.
So, so there you go. I am going to walk around the shop a little bit so I can sort of show you all the fun, lusciousness that is Shanty Stitchers. It really, to me, it is, I just think it's an amazing shop because you just cater to a lot of what it is that we love.
Yeah,
so,
the handwork.
And then shop hours now are?
We're open Wednesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 5. And Fridays and Saturdays from 9 to 4.
9 to 4. Okay.
Okay. And and then we have stitching on first Saturday. And so you can come in. The table is here. I said to somebody, if you a lot of people come into town. We have lawyers and chiropractors in this town. And I'm not sure which one brought which. But anyway, so I said to somebody, well, if you're waiting for your taxes to get done, just come in and sit down and stitch for 45 minutes and you can go. Yeah. So, yep. And that's what I kind of wanted, just a little stitching community. We had a full house here on our first Saturday. We stitch on first Saturday. And it was a full house. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yep. And I would like to have some more classes. We do a retreat. We do a quilt retreat. We do a cross-stitch retreat. And we have a retreat center that's going to be open over there. And I cannot wait till that happens. So she's going to have lots of space for class. And,
good.
And so I've kind of talked to her about a few things to offer more classes, because I just don't have the room here to do that. So and some of my classes need big spaces.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah. But,
and then really quickly, your shop hop in the summer.
Yes.
You want to talk about that real quick?
I have a shop hop with the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa, and Welcome Stitchery in Blue Earth, Minnesota. This will be our third year, and Cathy will be our designer for this third year, and we're so excited about that. It has grown tremendously. Summer House was the first one, and Blueberry Ridge and Pansy Patch, they did a combo for us last year, and we had more people last year than we did the year before, so it's growing because it is a little bit of distance between the two, but we give a good prize away, and everybody gives prizes away in their store, and it's June, July, and August. So if you're on vacation, and we've had people driving from lots of Wisconsin people last year. We've had people drive from Chicago. And
I love it. And all three are great shops.
Yep.
I think you each have a different flavor. And I love all three of you are friends.
Yep.
And I happen to love all three shops and all three shop owners. And so I think,
it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, it's June, July, and August. And we do have a lot of vacationers. We're on the way to the hills. And so we just, I made the hubby stop and get gas. and pick up a pattern. And so, it's been great. And we are excited for the designer for this year.
Yep.
So this is going to be good.
Yeah. I can't wait to share the design with you
good.
all. So.
I know. We're excited. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think now we know all about Shanty Stitchers. Thanks for coming and letting me barge in on.
Well, I'm glad you could take time out of your busy schedule to come up, because I know you're busy getting ready for Nashville.
Market. Yeah. Well, Bill said to me, he goes, "Isn't this one of her days off?" And I just kind of laughed.
I don't have a day off. I shipped out all the Lady of the Flags today.
So, but yeah, so they'll be able to find these things on your website
Yes,
by
they
the
will.
time it'll be like a day or two before
Yeah.
it gets posted. So.
I know, because I need to get around them.
But anyway, well, I thank you so much,
Thank you.
I love being able to share your shop with everybody. So I think we're going to wrap it up from here because I've got some other work to do here, and apparently I need to do some shopping to get my 25% off and get in that drawing for the rotary blades.
And the Lady of the Flag.
And the Lady of the Flag, yes. So I don't have that chart, believe it or not.
You don't.
No, I don't. Anyway, well, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. In the meantime, enjoy the stitch.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us.